In this video, I'll be looking into the reasons why Adolf Hitler may have not been evil, but a good man in a certain environment that primed him into acting the way he did. In the Weimar Republic, Jews were doing a lot of bad things. As the stereotype goes, Jews were undermining the stability of Germany through the promotion of degraded morals and through the implementation of a rigged economic system. There were a lot of Jewish communists as well. What happened with Hitler is that he saw the Jews in a genetic toxin that was poisoning the health of Germany and the world. Many Germans also saw the Jews as a genetic cancer which was slowly killing the country through subversive means. This then primed the Germans into enacting the genetic toxin response. So what is the genetic toxin response? So where one group of genes decides to treat another group of genes as a toxin. This genetic toxin response works in the exact same way our body does if it detects a pathogen. First step is to contain the toxic group and isolate them. The next step is to expel the toxic group. If the toxin can't be expelled, then attempt to kill the toxin. And finally, if the toxin survives, try and absorb the toxin. When a group of people behave in toxic ways and undermine a group of others, the group that has been undermined sees the other group as a toxin and will begin the genetic toxin response. First, the Germans contained the Jews in concentration camps. Then they tried to expel them but failed thanks to the Allies. And so the next step was to kill the Jews. If the Allies accepted Jewish refugees, there would have been no Holocaust, as the genetic toxin response would never have been reached this stage. Hitler was simply a figurehead blamed for the Nazi retaliation against the Jews. It was never top-down or bottom-up. It was the entire system recognizing a toxin. Most people in Hitler's position would do the same thing. This brings us on to a deeper reason why Hitler hated Jews so much. Hitler, outside of his genocidal tendencies, was a man with a strong sense of morals. This overexpression of moral leads to someone really hating evil, particularly subversive, undermining, and feminine evil. Hitler followed the wise old man archetype and was a highly K-selected individual. The enemy of K-selected individuals is R-selected individuals. The more K-selected you become, the more you see R-selected individuals as evil. The archetype many of the Jews who were damaging Germany used is the R-selected feminine, or the Baphomet archetype for short. The more moral you become, the less tolerant you become of evil. In conclusion, Hitler was too moral for his own good and ended up killing millions of Europeans as an effort to try and rid the Jewish world of Jewish power. Once the Germans were pushed too far, the genetic toxin response began, leading to the deaths of 5.5 million Jews.